Uh, how do you explain the visible hatred on display in Libya for Gaddafi, and what were Gaddafi's feelings about the United States?
How do you explain the visible hatred of the people for Jesus at the time of his crucifixion? Jesus was the greatest revolutionary that ever lived. But the scripture says he was hated without a cause. But if you saw the movie by Mel Gibson, I think it was a little over the top, but Jesus was scourged, wasn't he? He was beaten, wasn't he? He was crucified, wasn't he? And were the people joyous when he was killed? Yes, they were, because they did not know who he was. Did his early followers suffer? Yes, they did. Were the early Christians put in the Colosseum in Rome to be eaten by lions? Yes, they were. Name me one prophet of God, one great revolutionary who was against the current temporal powers that was not hated by his own people. Let me close on this point. I was in Ghana with President Jerry John Rawlings, and he was telling me how he went to a school and he was teaching the students, and at the end of the class he shook all their hands and one student refused to shake his hand. And he went to the student and asked him, "Son, why didn't you shake my hand?" And the young student said, "Because you killed my father." Now, when you are a revolutionary and there are people in power that take the resources of your country that belong to the people and give Western powers easy access to those resources, inside the country there will always be another force rising. So every dictator that America supported had a repressive regime against the legitimate aspirations of that people. Gaddafi rose against the West. When you rise against the West, then you have the CIA, MI6, Mossad, you have the best intelligence in the world working to undermine your country. In the last 10 years of Gaddafi's life, all inside his countries, these rats were working.